Hello folks, Sam Owens here with another product for the yard this time. It's Seyvum's string trimmer, and it's actually two tools in one. It's a string trimmer and also an edger for your yard, so it converts to both, which is ideal. This is the parts you get. You get two 20-volt batteries. You get six reels of trimming line that's already wrapped and everything ready to change out. The sixth one is installed in the trimmer. The other thing is it's folded up in a nice little folding package that you could transport it easily this way in a small car or what have you. You also get some trimming guards and a shield to protect you, and also an adjustable handle, a little screwdriver if you just don't happen to have one. There's two screws you have to do. And you also have the user manual. The user manual should be read all the way through before you begin, because there's some little steps there that if you don't put one part on before another, then you're going to have to take it off later. So it's written well, lots of nice pictures. They're showing the assembly and explaining it very well, but you're going to see me do it all the way through. Toward the end, I'm going to do a demonstration to show just how well the string trimmer and edger will work for both features. We're going to start with the batteries because when you receive the product, you have a slight charge on them, a good charge really, on both of them that you could start to work. But it'd be a good idea to go ahead and charge the batteries up with the charger provided. And right on the battery, let's look it over, you have the latch which is going to lock it in place. So before you pull it out, you're going to have to depress this. There is a battery charge indicator on this side right here. When it's held like this, you just press this and look, all three lights are on. That means it's fully charged. If you only have one or two, that means that you need charging. Okay, so the green light needs to be on at least. There you go, red, amber, and green. Let's look at this one. Same thing. I did charge both of these. First thing we're going to do is assemble the trimmer itself. And this is the way you do this. This is the head right here. You kind of just pull it out, stretch it out like this, and there's a hole right here. You want to guide this in, and you can twist, and then once it gets up to a certain point, push your finger in there like that, and then once it's in there, you can rock it back and forth until it locks into place. This has got to pop up. You spin this around until it lines up. Both of these are going to be on the top. Push in, and then once you get it in there a little way, just kind of rock it, and you can see the tab, and then pull it, and it should pop up, both of them, and then make sure it's latched. Now, the next thing we're going to do is turn it over, and there is a latch right here, which is going to make this a straight line, or you can adjust this like this, and yours may come in that position, and it makes it a little more difficult. So you press in on this and you straighten this out, and then this will pop back up and lock in place, and then it'll give you full access for here. Let's see if it goes anymore. Yes, right there. Now it's in a better position to mount the edger guard. This is to guard the blade from throwing things back at you. And it's going to go into this position right here, and these two screws are going to hold it down. I've already had this in one time, just checking everything out. Put the screws over. I like using my own screwdriver. they do give you a screwdriver right here. It's just a little too small for me. Okay, now here is the thing you want to place first. This is what I was telling you. If you don't get this on first, you're going to have to take it off later if you need to put it on. This is important. It's a guard, and the way you work it is you put this over like this, and there's a groove right here. You put that down in the groove, and I'll let you see that. Then you take this side, pull it over, and it goes right in to the groove on that side, this side, and it only goes that far, and you can push it in if you need to, if you don't really need this in the place you're working, or if you do, you can pull it out. Now, you can't put this on if you have this on, so okay, now to put the guard on, you want to turn it upside down like this, because this is the bottom. If you try to put it on like this, you're going to have great difficulty. So with this being the bottom, this is the bottom. It will go in very easily if you just slip this into that end, kind of up like this. And once you push down and then rock back into place. Very important to put it like that. And then put your screws in a little bit tight with your finger and put the other one in. And then screw them down. And then I like to screw them down a little bit at a time. Need to line it. Okay, everything is good. This is the only assembly as far as using a tool right there. The rest is with your hand. Okay, and I can put that out of the way and we're ready to go. Now, one other thing is we're going to put the handle on, and this is a unique handle in that it's much easier to adjust. You don't have any thumb screws. It can mount either way, and what you do is right here, both of these squeeze in and allow you to put this over top. So what you do is push in on both of them and just kind of guide this over, and it can go down at any point and it'll snap in place. Now to make adjustments, you just push in on both of them. If you just push in on one, it's not gonna, it takes both to give it anything you need. If you want to store it, it can be stored in a down position, back or forth, to keep it from just being straight up. So that'll be good. I like mine about at this angle right there. You adjust this for the comfort of your height and to the ground. Now, this end, we've got an adjustment right here that is going to allow you to get the best angle to the ground and you holding the trimmer at the top. So just put it at a good angle like this to start with, and you can go all the way up to this way if you need straight up and down. So it does go to a 90 degree, and then that, so it has several places that you can stop at. I think I'm going to stop right there and see if that works. Here is the one that turns this string trimmer into an edger. And right here is the button, and you press down and you twist. And then that puts it on the edge, and here is the wheel that is your edger wheel. Now, you notice it's at the angle that's not going to be good for trying to trim. You want this straight in line. So when you're edging, you're going to want to put this straight out and then, or the edger. So that's the way that works. I'm going to put it at that angle to begin with, this out. And now I'm going to let you see the alignment with me standing. And notice the head is flat with the ground, so that's perfect for me. Now, one other thing, you have a safety right here that has to be pushed in order to pull the trigger. Once the trigger is pulled, you don't have to hold that button anymore. There's one side, if you're left-handed, you can do it with this one and pull it up. So it works for both left and right-handed. Now, this is where the battery is going to go. And let's just show that. put it with the locking tab up like this, and then you're just going to put it in just like that, and you're going to snap it in place. Now, with the battery in place, we're ready to try the string trimmer. But before you operate a power tool like this with a spinning string or a blade, you want to have eye protection. So these are safety glasses with a side shield that I have, and I'm going to put those on. And now we're going to demonstrate powering it up. I'm going to push on the safety latch and pull it. And when I let go, I can't pull the trigger until I depress it. Now, one thing about this is a self-feeding line. As it's used, there's a blade cutter right here. It's going to come around and cut it off. Okay, now we're going to show how to replace the string trimmer refills. And first thing you want to do is pull the battery out. You don't want to work on this with the battery in place. When you're ready to replace a refill, when this line trimmer has exhausted the line that's in there, there's two little tabs, one on either side. And what you do is you press down, and at the same time, you try to, and it might take like this, and then kind of, or like this really. And actually, you need something to kind of push up on it, and then while you hold that, push in on this one, and once you get it up a little ways, it'll pull right out. So it might be an idea to kind of push up on that. Okay, and you see it, you got to work it with either two hands or this way, whatever works for you to get that off. Now, this is the way it goes in. There's arrows on there showing the direction that the spool goes. And it just fits through that hole. And I'm going to take this one and store it. This is the way you kind of hold the line so it doesn't feed out. And we'll just put another one. This is the one that actually came with the trimmer, and I changed it out one time to see how to do it. The sprockets, they go down like that. And what you do is feed this through this hole right here, and you just pop this over the spool, holding on to this, and then it should be out there. That'll cut off when it reaches it. There's an actual slot that this goes in. You can't get it into the wrong place. It's got to go in the slot directly in there. So line it up carefully and see you can't twist it. Then once it's lined up on both sides, you can just snap it in. All right, that's ready to go, and like I say, it's self-feeding, so there is no bump button. A lot of weed eaters or string trimmers, you have to bump them. This does not bump, it feeds itself, so you just cut and don't worry about it. I'll meet you out in the yard. Okay folks, we're going to trim this area right here, which would be something you'd want to trim. My whole yard needs to be mowed, but this will give you a demonstration of the string trimmer. And like I said, I'm going to push the safety to the left or to the right, and then squeeze it. And now I'm going to start trimming. And I have to hold the trimmer just the position I need. And then this. See, it's automatically feeding. So you have to hold it at the level you need. Then I'll go along. And See, I don't have to hold the safety button. Okay, it does a pretty good job and it's easy to control. And now I'm going to put it into a trimmer or an edger, and we're going to see how that works. So let me push the button and then I twist. It'll only go one way. And then depending on which way you're trimming, if your grass is over here, you'd be on this side. Since mine is on this side, you see which way I have to go. So I'm going to start down here, and I don't need this in, so I'm going to push this out. Now grab my handle, and I need one other thing that I need to point out is when I'm going to use it as a edger, I need to push this down and straighten the head up so I've got a straight cut, or I'm off to an angle, as you saw. Okay, so now I've got my wheel there, and I'm going to push this along, and then I'm going to tip up to get the depth I need. Okay, so here we go. You see I tip? Okay, there you go. That is a nice line. This works. Folks, I think you can see that this is going to do the job for those trimming needs around the house. And it is an edger. Folks, I want to thank you for watching my video. Hope this has helped you.